Back in open session. I will entertain a motion for the personnel committee being established.
I make a motion that we establish a personnel committee. Is that the only?
No, could you do all of them?
Yes.
Okay.
And I don't remember all of them that they were, so let me amend you a minute.
I think we should say on the personnel committee to go ahead and work towards employee policies to include grievance, use of vehicles, and other things having
Pertinent
policy to review
Yes.
between the executive director and this board.
Okay.
And then the second committee was the development committee to appoint new members to a development committee.
Mhm.
And is there any others?
Go again, get your second. I just have a question.
Okay. Was there a third one? We already have a finance committee, don't we? Okay.
I'll second
second.
the motion. Okay. you can
Zeb
say-
seconded. Okay, question.
But just question, personnel and finance, it sounded to me like some of what you just said would be more of a finance committee scope versus a personnel, you were talking about under personnel, some financing issues or something.
No, personnel under, it was,
Grievances.
grievances.
Vehicle use.
Yeah. Well, it's the vehicle use, is that a personnel matter or a finance?
Yeah, who can use them and when and what time and
Policy and procedure, but you're not talking about that.
the cost of that or anything like that, just
Yeah.
the use of it.
I just want to make sure I understood that it was a finance.
Is that correct? Commissioner Powell and Commissioner Huff, would you agree that's what we talked about?
Yes,
Right.
and really, I'm sorry, go ahead, Commissioner Powell.
Go ahead.
Really, it's about looking at the existing employee handbook
Mhm.
and making sure it is updated and the policies are written for the housing authority of today and the housing authority of tomorrow. That is the purview. That would be the purview of the personnel committee, as commissioners are policymakers, and we entrust the executive director to implement those policies.
And that would also include evaluations, correct? Do you want to add that evaluations in there?
Yes, work goals and evaluation procedures, absolutely. The motion has been made and seconded. Is
Do you
that,
have a second?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does the function of the evaluation stop with the executive director? I mean, I personally don't see the commissioners evaluating staff
Oh, no.
No.
underneath.
No.
I just needed a clarification on that.
Not for us.
Because that would be the executive director's position too.
Correct.
But if we made a policy, Zeb, on evaluations, that would be a standard operating procedure that could be used by the director in evaluating staff. Is that correct?
that is correct. And I'm trying to find, I have my little handbook out because I came prepared today.
Yeah, it's in my,
And basically it's in the commissioner's purview to not only evaluate the executive director, which is part of our purview, but also to set the evaluation procedures agency-wide so that everyone is evaluated uniformly and we're all working in a transparent way. And so that Tiffany has clarity on what our expectations are as far as interactions with staff and how they're evaluated. And so I just feel like it's appropriate and important to make sure that that gets done.
I just want to make sure we weren't usurping the executive director's her job of managing that. We would be out here.
No.
Actually, our handbook recommends that any interaction between the Board of Commissioners and regular staff be done with Tiffany's approval and permission, just out of respect for the job that we ask her to do. That's on page 26, I believe.
that's correct.
Did we need to make a motion about a spokesperson? Or did we not?
We need it, let's.
Okay, okay.
All in favor of approving the minutes be established? You can phrase that, you can phrase that for us.
Thank you. Mr. Reddick made a motion to establish a personnel committee
Mhm.
to move forward with looking at the employee handbook to make sure that it is up to date and to address a grievance committee, vehicle use committee.
No, they aren't committees. Those
No,
are
I'm sorry,
individuals.
vehicle use, yeah,
Yes.
policy, grievance policy, yeah.
Correct.
I was not reading, and vehicle use policy. And, hold on,
And
Evaluation.
and to establish work goals and evaluation procedures for the executive director and staff.
Yes,
Is that correct?
yes.
Okay, so Commissioner Reddick made the motion. Commissioner Bingle, did you second?
Yes.
Okay.
did.
Now you may move ahead.
No, wait, we have a question.
Wait,
Did
question?
that also include the part in reference to what the agency is allowed to receive? We talked about that.
Mm.
Gift policy, yes.
HIP policy. Yes, I didn't hear that in there.
Oh, yeah.
You did
that's-
not.
You did
That's
not.
correct.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Commissioner.
Thank you.
If this grievance committee, this grievance portion of how's that work?
It allows that if after I believe that after an employee goes to the director with a grievance and still has that grievance, we have a policy of who they can talk to. Yeah, course of action.
Who are they gonna be able to talk to?
Well, I don't know. That's gonna be with the committee. We don't have that policy.
It sounded to me like you're fixing to get a civil service board if you're not careful. So,
There's,
and I don't think we need one of those.
no, but there are procedures in standard employment.
I mean, I would hate for this thing to set up and the board be a grievance committee to override our EO. I don't think that'd be appropriate.
That's not, no, that's not.
So you have to be very careful.
Commissioner Outlaw, I would just give your attention to page 16 in the Commissioner's Handbook. It actually states that it is in our purview and we are supposed to have an agency grievance procedure. So HUD asked us to actually demonstrate the ability to do that.
Well, I've read that, but I don't really have the detail right to say, does that mean that maybe you would have an ex officio advisory grievance committee and not the function of the? I don't see the commissioners doing that, but.
Right, we're just trying to put a policy in place and pretty much gain information on how to do that. I'm sure that there's some legal ramifications as you're speaking. That's what we're trying to do, is move the ball forward in
Well,
all of
I'm
these.
just saying on page 16, I don't want Mary Jane to come to me because she's got a problem with the
That's
executive
what,
director. or
but that's what the
something,
group's gonna,
And
or the
then,
guidelines set up.
and say, you know.
Well, that's what's
I-
happening right now, Commissioner.
Yeah, that's what's
Right,
happening.
right now, something happens and individuals reach
understand.
out to the newspaper, they reach out to local officials, blah, blah, blah. And what we want to do is give proper guidelines and boundaries so that there is a procedure in place that actually allows employees to have a voice and
Mhm.
gives appropriate feedback that is actually legitimate. Because as many armchair quarterbacks as there are out there, there's not a
Amen.
whole lot of voices that can give appropriate feedback. And I think that is our job as policymakers at the Housing Authority to make sure that those procedures are set in place and that they're adhered to.
Does council have an opinion on that, page 16?
No, but I think that's what we're forming this committee for, is to figure out what page 16 is all about. And,
Exactly. Well stated.
Good, all in favor of approving the committees, established committee as recommended because there was a few of them. All in favor of approving those, as recommended.
Aye.
All
Aye.
opposed, like sign, good gracious. One more thing, you brought it up, I have brought it up in the close, entertaining, a motion to elect, recommend Commissioner Huff as a person that has, as a spokesperson for the media. Executive Director has her role, but she speaks for the housing authority at that level, but for the commissioner that, Commissioner Howell be that person that be the spokesperson with the media. All in favor of him being the spokesperson?
Wait a minute, we need a motion.
Okay.
First.
Give me a motion.
I make a motion that Commissioner Huff be our media spokesperson.
Second.
Motion is second, but I will say that I'm gonna vote for this, but if anybody calls me with this motion passed, I'm gonna say I'm referring it to them.
That's what you're
Yeah,
supposed to.
that's what you're supposed to.
I'm not gonna have comment.
Okay.
Good soldier.
Well, I'm just saying that, I mean, because that's what we're voting on, right?
That's right.
And I don't have an opinion anymore.
You do, but it's.
Tells the Z
I
of.
said you better be sure and do my opinion now.
I said, you guys tell me what to say and I will say it.
Yeah.
That's what I agreed to.
We'll script it for you, man.
So we have a motion from Commissioner Reddick. We have a second.
From me.
Excuse me. All in favor of, selecting Commissioner Huff as the spokesperson for the, media,
For the board.
for the board, for the media?
Yes.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Commissioner Huff, you've been elected to be the media spokesperson. Thank you for taking that on with a willing heart. We appreciate that. And this is real though, because I'm telling y'all, the storm around the corner. There's a storm around the corner. And we don't need to be in certain space. And I said Commissioner Huff, because if you've been around, we've been around him enough, and I'm tired of seeing him in the newspaper and on television. So I know he has a great relationship with them. So I think he'll be a good voice though. Not that none of us wouldn't be, but and y'all been in the politics arena. So that's a coin flip sometimes when you're dealing with the media, because they're not as friendly sometimes, and they won't be with him as well. But he articulated in a way that shows favorable upon the housing authority.
That's always my goal. And I think we do the best we can and I'm willing to advocate.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you for volunteering for that.
I'm voluntold, but for the record, but
Any more
But I'm willingly
comments?
volunteering.
Any more comments, any further discussion at this time?
Yep, I make a motion that we adjourn.
Second motion.
All in favor of adjourning at this time? Aye. All opposed, like sign.
thanks, guys.
Great.